Good morning. Happy Saturday. If you are the user of the marijuanas, inject some sticks of marijuanas today in honor of 420. I believe you actually have to inject 420 sticks of marijuanas in order to get the appropriate reaction. No, don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad for you, okay? So, there was a remarkable turn of events yesterday. Apparently now, News Now Patty is so well funded that he can afford to pay for the gas and lodging of D Cup because D Cup wants to go and audit in some other states. And all D Cup needs is $200 to pay for his food for 2 weeks. Because D Cup doesn't have $200. Think about that, kids. An honorably retired chief of police doesn't have $200 and can't beg up $200 on his own. Fancy that. So there is News Now Patty and his boyfriend, Nomad, begging away for D Cup Jones. That is one upset puppy over there. Selena, the beard, of course, has been relegated to the background so that Patty and his boyfriend can be seated up front together so they could hold hands and otherwise caress each other. There's a beautiful picture of them on my Discord that they actually took and posted of both of them holding enormous penises, dildos, shaped lovingly as penises, and they're touching hands while they're holding these giant penises. I mean, I'm not the brightest boy in the world, but a young man who has been disinherited by his billionaire Oklahoman grandfather, who never shows Selena a lick of respect, who filmed from a male strip club as a joke, guys, who jumped into the shower with Nomad, again, as a joke, guys, who took a picture with Nomad in a sex shop, holding hands and holding dildos. You know, I'm not the brightest boy in the world, but I could put two and two together and I could see why young Patty might need money, even though he has a billionaire grandpappy. I'm not here to judge, though. I mean, you know, I live on the left coast, kids. I am A-okay with you putting your penis in whatever hole you want to put your penis into. It's none of my business. Mostly, I just want to focus on the oddity of all of a sudden PayPal Patty having enough money to go on another trip when he has been begging non-stop. Begging. All they need is $200. And I guarantee you, as soon as they get whatever money they need, as soon as they get on the road, it's going to be another begathon. And that leads me to more questions. PayPal Patty is an opportunist. He'll do anything to make a buck. And so he likes to try to attach himself onto various other auditors who he thinks will help him. And yet he's latched on to D Cup. That makes me wonder, because D Cup's about useless. He's about as useful as tits on a boar. He gets no traction on his videos. I mean, very, very low viewer rates. And most of the people who are viewing are on his live streams are either leaving negative comments or banned or blocked or timed out, etc. So he gets very low traction. He has fewer subscribers than Patty by a long shot. So what does Patty hope to gain? Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder why there is the father-son relationship between them. I'm guessing Patty didn't grow up with his daddy, and maybe he's looking for that father figure, and maybe D-Cup filled the role. Or, D-Cup seems to know a lot about pedophiles and their grooming practices. Who knows? Who knows? Makes you wonder, though, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm still pondering going into the office today. It's quite a cloudy day, and I've got a writ to finish. I got the transcript yesterday from the hearing, so I could finish the writ. In case anybody's wondering, writs, like a writ of habeas corpus or a writ of prohibition or a writ of mandamus, they're basically appeals, but they are appealing from a non-appealable issue. And that might sound weird to you, but you can only appeal from a final ruling, from a final order or a final ruling, at least in California. I mean, your state may vary. But you can only appeal from a final judgment, final order, or if the, like any sanctions or any money judgments, money rulings about somebody has to pay somebody else, that is a final order for appeal purposes. So you could appeal those, but you can't appeal things like discovery issues. A writ of habeas corpus is where you have been arrested and you're currently in jail waiting trial or something like that, and so there's no final judgment. So you can do a writ of habeas corpus to have a higher court determine whether or not you are lawfully incarcerated. Good morning. I know. I'm not going to play. I know. Such fun and excitement. Have a good morning. I know. Excitement abounds. So the writ I am currently working on, the fun thing about writs is a lot of times lawyers don't do them very often, believe it or not. And they're typically a fairly rushed thing. And there's a lot of confusion on the difference between a writ of prohibition and a writ of mandamus. And I'm doing one of the two. I think I'm doing a writ of mandamus. But the fun thing is that even the Court of Appeal says, you know what, lawyers get this wrong all the time, so there's just a standing rule that the Court of Appeals will figure out which one it's supposed to be, even if you plead the wrong one. But I'm at least 10% smarter than the average bear, so I'm pleading a writ of mandamus, a writ of prohibition, or other appropriate extraordinary relief, as the court may determine. Good times. Anyway, I think we've hit the pooping mark for Ted. I do worry about that boy's colon. He eats a lot of mushrooms, so, I'm sure they're not the most high fiber foods in the world. I don't want him to snap his O-ring and bleed out while he's trying to paint somewhere. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a safe April 20th. Don't inject too many sticks of marijuanas. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.